edition of the Sports War. And we are back. We got the full crew in the house. That is what it's all about. The Yankees, out of any team in the league, are the best equipped to handle a blow like this.
I think there is a higher power at play here. He's due law of averages. That dude is the ultimate scrub. It's trash. Yeah. Every person you have in there is fucking trash.
Next game, you're going to see a big performance. You can see it in the end of the game, and I'm just totally stoked and excited for this.
And we are back. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Pour. And once again, it is the Barnes and Tony Show. Anthony, how you doing, my friends?
I'm doing great today, dude. Great night's rest. Great night here at the studio of Downtime TV. Obviously, some hot button news also overnight too. A lot of hockey to go over. Hockey to go over. I'm pretty stoked. Let's go.
What a night! One of the most legendary nights in DTV history.
No, I think so, dude. The 4 hours, the sports bonanza, the pizza, dude. Such a great time, dude. Matt showed up
in the 4 hours, but it's like, it really didn't start feeling like 4 hours till like the midway through the Derby.
Yeah, literally.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It flew by like
that.
you
mean like when you were eliminated?
No, I think, in the mix, Tony. But yeah, if anybody didn't catch that, we had a great time. 3 games of Madden, 2 games of NHL, and a home run derby. And somehow that adds up to 4 hours, which seems, I don't know, a little heavy or no?
It does.
But the derby was probably 45 minutes.
Yeah, derby took a while, choosing
2 players each,
choosing the teams too.
4 different players.
The pizza breaks in between.
The pizza, yeah, wow. Pizza was great.
We housed that pizza, dude.
Yeah.
Like gone.
And I'm riled that I feel like now I have some potential for NHL. Like it might still take a while.
Right.
But, we were right there.
Right there, dude.
I will say, though, like that the deking does piss me off thinking about it.
Oh, my
God.
God.
The controls are not right. Like that should not be how it is. You should auto deke like when you shoot. You shouldn't have to like
auto deke.
It's like a weird movement if you think about it. You have to go like this and then like that. Like it's like why can't it just be like I press a button and he shoots?
I mean, it can be like that.
Well, it can't because whenever I do that, it doesn't go in.
Right.
Jeremy
Schaap. It should be harder to score if you do that. So funny, dude.
And then the offsides thing. I mean, it's crazy. On a breakaway that you can't go on a breakaway, though. Explain it to me, Tony. Don't talk cherry picking, okay? I just want you to explain it to me.
I mean, it's just like in any other sport where there's offsides, dude. Like in football, I can't have a defender on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Like,
yeah, but why is it like because I remember the situation perfectly. I was basically at mid-ice and you turned the puck over to me.
Right.
And somehow it was offsides if I crossed the line.
Right, because you had a guy over the line already.
Well, was he over the line a half of an inch? So it was kind of, it's not like he was like standing in front of the net. Like it's just like.
Right. But he's still over the line, though. I mean, where's the line?
Release the cherry picking, 5-minute major.
No.
Yes. I mean, it's so much more natural. Like,
no.
But also, too, dude, you wait there, you fritz around with the puck.
Yeah,
someone
you have
can steal it.
Exactly. That's the game, dude. Okay? Fix yourself.
Well, I mean, I think relative, because I think one of the last times it was quite the embarrassment.
Yes.
I think we are fixed.
Yeah.
I wonder alternate control wise, like the way Matt plays, what deking is.
Excuse me. Yeah, I have no idea. I've never played any other way. I mean, again, like if I'm thinking like old school games, like Wayne Gretzky's NHL, like there is no deking, right? It's just slap shot, wrist shot, really.
Oh yeah, what a nice concept.
Oh yeah, sure. Take us back to 1997.
But I also feel like, I don't know, there's like not a specific deke. It's like, oh yeah, just fritz with the analog stick like horizontally and then you'll deke.
Well, yeah, you like deke left and right.
Yeah, but then I feel like there's something where you go like around or something.
Yeah, so if you like go right with your joystick and keep like you're holding to the right and then you swoop under and around almost like a little uppercut thingy, you do a little toe drag.
So you go like the Mika like hitting it 1 mile an hour and missing?
Yes, basically.
But he made it last night. Yeah. Crazy game, honestly. The shootout.
Dude, it was nothing until like the last, 2 minutes.
Yeah. Was it 4 goals in 2 minutes?
Yeah. Like,
that's kind of
crazy.
Nuts. In 2 minutes, like, is what? 45 seconds.
Yeah, well,
Like
the
an
last
actual
minute,
time?
the last minute is an actual minute. So.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
the
yeah.
last minute.
Just the last minute.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha. So yeah, that was great. Like I said, if anybody didn't catch that, you definitely want to check that out. We do have comments early and often. What do we have?
Oh, we have, like you said, early and often, the normal crew. We have Josh B in the house.
Josh B.
Happy Thursday, y'all, he says. And of course, Josh B hits it again.
Let's go!
Happy Thursday, everyone. Hashtag Company Jace, hashtag rep the sports, but hashtag rep DTV. And then Danny V in the house as well with a big let's go. Happy Thursday, he says as well. Rep DTV, rep TCA, rep the company as well.
Good to have Bernie with us.
Love it when Bernie's in the house, dude. People are hyped for the Thursday. Big happy Thursday people around here. We have Hot Take Johnny for the first time in a while saying,
yes,
let's
Robert
go.
Parker. Good to have him with us. Here's Johnny.
He says, good morning, gentlemen. What a 24 hours in sports. But the important thing is the Knicks tonight, all aboard the Randall train. Choo-choo. Hashtag
Knicks have been ascending almost to the point where we have to start talking about them.
Honestly, he's probably hyped. He has to be so hyped, dude.
Yeah. And the OG Aganobi trade, paying dividends early, undefeated with him on the roster.
Pretty gnarly, dude. And then, of course, we have Matthew Ryan saying, can't wait till we leave here. Zach is traded, even though he spelled here wrong. And then he says, Zach ruined the Jets, dude.
Listen, the man's upset. We talked about it the other day. He has every right to be upset, just like all of my fellow Jet fans. Yeah. There is some, NFL stuff we got to talk about. But before we do that, just because, the Sony Open is starting today, just wanted to go over some tee times as well as, and I didn't realize this. It was kind of in the back of my mind, but the reason why Rory, once again, not in the field this week, he's over in Dubai on the DP World Tour, and he opened with a 62 yesterday. So 9 under par, leading the way here. 2 shots clear of Paul Yannick, who shot a 64. A familiar name in 4th place here. Tommy Fleetwood, 5 under 66. He'll start his second round 4 shots back of Rory McIlroy. You also have Nikolai Hogard, 4 under par in a 4-way tie for 6th. I was just seeing if there's really anybody else that regularly plays on the PGA Tour. Thomas Bourne shot level par, as they like to say over there across the pond. Luke Donald, the Ryder Cup captain, also shooting a 71. And that's pretty much all of the notables here. But I have to say, Dubai looks pretty crazy, like with the water,
like the city?
the scenery. Yeah. You don't think so?
I guess I haven't really seen.
Go search Dubai. I know I keep saying Dubai.
Dubai. Pierre-Luc Dubai.
Greek. Dubai Creek Resort. Golf course.
Oh, wow.
And how about, too, while you're pulling it up, Robert Parker with a little dig. You lead with golf. I thought this was a sports show. It is a shame. And, he's thrown us a dig at golf before. But I just really think he needs to give it one more try, Tony. Because I feel like before we played at Gainer Brennan, by the way,
what the fuck is this, dude?
Insane or no? Or you're tight?
That's kind of ridiculous, dude.
Dude, how about that background? Or you'd be nervous about losing a bunch of balls in the water.
Oh my God, yeah.
But it would be cool to see, no?
It would be so sick, dude.
But
what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't know about that. But I do think
that
oh
my goodness.
Under the lights too. That's kind of crazy. All the money that they have over there.
Look at these guys know their money.
But I do think Robert Parker just needs one more outing on the golf course. Nice day out, couple pops, and he'll see the light, honestly.
Yeah, I think so, dude.
So just wanted to mention that. And then just in terms of the Sony Open, which we know starts in a couple hours here, just wanted to see who we are leading with in terms of the tee times. Looks like 12:10. The first is 5 golfers, it looks like, go out. Let me just see who we got here. So it's going to be Denny McCarthy, Alex Noren, Taylor Montgomery, Joe Highsmith, Charlie Hoffman, Tyson Alexander. So we're going to go groups of 3 off the tee because of the big field here. So tee time starting at 12:10, and the last group actually teeing off at 6:40. So a wide range of tee times. In the PGA Tour live coverage, I believe, is at 12:45. Before 7 to 10 on Golf Channel. So definitely looking forward to watching this side by side, Tony, with the Ranger game.
Yes, that is for sure.
It seemed like a yawn was
For
coming,
sure.
but you
Yeah,
tried to cut it
almost
off. What's the deal? I think it's, or is it a sneeze? It's a sneeze or a yawn. It's like bad to hold in or something.
Sneezes.
What's the deal with that? Do you know?
I mean, again, I don't know how true this is. I'm not a doctor of any kind, but apparently they say like when you sneeze, like your heart kind of like skips a beat,
right?
Almost. So it's like
that's why everyone says bless you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess if it's like, I don't know. If you try to hold it in, it like causes
skipping a couple beats.
Stress. Yeah. You'll never stop. You just skip every beat.
But you still do it sometimes, not even realizing it. Occasionally.
No, sometimes. Yeah. If I have to, if I'm in a quiet room and I can't sneeze and I have to like one of those.
Yeah.
It hurts though sometimes.
Yeah.
Get worried.
It's just.
But I don't know if it's true. Is that true though? Because I feel like when I was a kid, they tell you cross your eyes. Don't cross your eyes, but I get stuck like that. It's like it's like one of those things.
Who said that? Was it Salicata?
No. You never heard that before? Like if you cross your eye or if you roll your eyes too much too, though.
But that's just like one of those things like, you wash your mouth out with soap. Like I think it's just a figure of speech, no?
Right. Well, yeah, I guess so.
Well, you guess. I mean, have you heard of somebody getting their we didn't get to throw the ball yesterday, right? Or no?
During the gaming corner? Or yesterday at the show?
At the show. I thought we did it. We did?
I don't remember. I think we may have, dude.
I don't know why I was thinking that we didn't. I don't know.
What did we eat in Salem?
But yeah, come on, Tony. I mean, the eyes getting stuck is a little nuts.
All right, dude.
And Bernie getting riled. DTV and TCA golf outing. Of course, Bernie. We can't wait to get out on the course. And I feel like we have to go too, because Matthew got to go last year, but like, we got to go Mohegan Golf Course the night.
Oh yes,
like we have to do it one time.
That would be sick.
The sports book, watching the baseball games in the summer.
I'll do that right now, dude.
I know.
Golf course open? Yeah, it's open, right?
Gaynor Brennan. Yeah, not Mohegan. They open in like April or something.
Wow, interesting.
But it's interesting though, because like just trying to think like health wise, Josh B riled up and can't wait to get out on the course with him as well. But like health wise for the course, they don't cover the ground. So like, do you think like it matters like being open in the winter that it like damages the course?
I would think it does. Yeah, right.
You don't, or you do?
I would think it does, especially if it snows or something, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying so the course is closed, but it's still snowing. It's still cold. Like, what's it? You're saying just because people step on it and then. Like,
I'm saying like uneven? If it is wet from the snow and you're golfing on it, you're like tearing it up and shit. Like it's gonna be too soft.
Yeah, but it is interesting because most like really nice courses are closed, for the winter. And interesting how like Augusta National closed for the summer. It gets too hot. So that course I think is only open 4 or 5 months a year. Also, hot take Johnny saying he doesn't drink on the golf course anymore. Too full of the OG four locks on the course one time didn't go well. Too full.
I think it's Four Locos.
Well,
why are you doing that, Johnny?
Like, what are you doing?
You don't
First
need
of all, you have a transfusion. And maybe not one, but maybe you have 2 or 3, and that's it. Don't have 6. Do you remember how many you had when we went? Probably 4 or 5.
Probably, yeah.
Like, and did you feel like they were pretty strong or no?
Yeah, it was substantial.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Also, Matthew Ryan inviting us to Crystal Springs, New Jersey. I believe they're full resort, 3 or 4 courses, full spa, 5-star hotel. And I don't think it's that far away, a couple hours.
That sounds pretty sweet.
So that's something to put on the back burner.
Yes, dude. Put it on the calendar right now.
And then also, just wanted to mention here too. I'm thinking Sony Open. We're talking about Gary Woodland coming back. Will Zalatoris actually coming back from his back surgery.
Oh shit!
He's in the field here.
What was the surgery? Do you know?
It was right after the Masters.
No. What? The same thing Tiger surgery. Got?
I don't know specifically. I'm sure not like that, you know. I don't know if anybody's had that type of surgery, but Will Zalatoris, was one of the more, ascending golfers a couple years ago, had a couple top finishes at the Masters, near in the top 5 even. And now looks like herniated disc was the issue there.
Yeah, I want to try. That's a micro discectomy, right? Is that? Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I had a microdiscectomy surgical procedure to relieve the pain caused by herniated disc. Bang.
Okay, gotcha. So, be interesting to see how he performs, and you would imagine, he'll get back to form. Only 27 years old, and he says, "Please come up." Matthew Ryan dying to chill.
No, I'm not, Matt. All right, I'm not coming up, dude.
Zach ruined it.
Yeah, that's it. You ruined the friendship, dude. It's over. It's over, dude. You ruined it.
Josh B, that I can make a weekend with the wife. Send her to that spot. We go golf. Perfect. So Josh B fired up. It's only a matter of time.
That'd be sick, dude. There we go.
And I forgot, did we get clarity on Matthew Ryan? Where he actually lives? I mean, I know, who knows?
No, I don't.
He did tell us, though.
Did he say?
And I just forget. Matthew, if you could.
Where you from?
What part of Jersey?
Where are you from?
Be interesting to see how far he is, but he's due to make an appearance. I mean, that would be absolutely ridiculous.
It would be ridiculous
to finally meet Matthew Ryan after all these calls, all this talk about Zach Wilson. Have a monitor.
Close your monitor.
Nothing like throwing the ball, but yeah. So we'll talk about the first round tomorrow while we're doing our football frenzy. And speaking of football, let's go to the world of the National Football League.
He wants Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Justin Jefferson, the catch of his life.
Burrow fires, intercepted, picked off at a pick 6. Minka Fitzpatrick, an absolute ball hawk.
Niners twist up front and get to Tagovailoa. Bosa again. Mahomes escaping on the move, stops, spins, flips it forward for the touchdown.
Stop it.
Aaron Jones. Oh, what a tackle. Quincy Williams with a pile driver.
Japan.
What's going on there? Anything? Or is it kind of woodsy?
Woodsy, but
Yeah.
You can find some hole in the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matthew Ryan, by the way, saying Vernon, New Jersey. We looked it up, hour 45. So definitely we'll have to link up. Let's get him out on the course with this joint outing.
Yeah.
I think that would be a great time.
Yes,
absolutely. But we know what we got to talk about here, football wise. Of course, we'll have our frenzy tomorrow. But a lot of coaching news yesterday, and we talked a little bit about this stuff on the gaming corner, but not too much. And really, it was the official report today that Bill Belichick leaving the Patriots after 24 seasons, and they are calling it a mutual parting of the ways. Matthew from the 90s saying good morning.
Good morning, Matt.
So good to have him with us. So, this is something that, and Danny V saying, let's go, seeing some tight spirals being thrown.
Love that, dude.
We're getting in a rhythm.
Yeah,
We're getting in a
dude.
But this is something that you kind of saw coming. But until you actually see it, in the back of your mind, you're thinking, he's had so much success there, the 6 Super Bowls, they'll figure it out. But it had been as bad as it could get. Really since 2019. I know you had, the one playoff appearance with Mac Jones, but that's it. And just a lot of disappointment. This run finally comes to an end. Belichick did have 1 year left on his contract, but he will be able to seek a new job, and the team will not have to worry about compensation. Jay edging me on here saying, Barnes, I dare you to throw the ball as hard as you can. You want?
What's the matter with you, Jay?
I'll give Tony a tight one.
Oh God, hold on a second here.
Hands ready. The camera. He's good, folks. He's good. All right. That wasn't planned.
Fucking
Tony,
Jay, dude.
Tony was like, why would you throw it that high and
Why
so
would you throw that
hard?
high, dude?
I mean, were you any doubt there that was not going to be caught?
No. Didn't have time. No time. No time. It was there, dude.
So this is obviously a big change to the Patriots. And obviously, as a Jets fan, I mean, hey, that era that tormented us all this time, is finally over. I mean, you could argue that, it would have been beneficial for us Jets fans for him to stay in place because, I mean, it's just been a disaster without Tom Brady. But nevertheless, they're going to look to replace Belichick here. And, a lot of rumblings that Gerard Mayo, the current linebacker coach, and former Patriots linebacker and former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel, being the leading candidates, would be kind of interesting for them to go defense. Obviously we know Belichick being defensive minded, but the way this offensive has struggled, you would think Robert Kraft would really want to fix this offense and get somebody who could tutor a quarterback. And, I mean, if you bring in Mike Vrabel or Gerard Mayo, and then you have Josh McDaniels be the offensive coordinator, I don't know, if that's really a good idea. What are your thoughts here about Belichick leaving, and what the Patriots do next?
That's tough, dude. I mean, I think maybe the Patriots saw a little bit of an opportunity this season, and the fact that so many coaches are available too. Because I think obviously I would imagine the Patriots were more about like, hey, we want to pivot, like let's go somewhere else versus having Bill stick around. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I guess I can see. I mean, Mike Vrabel, we talked about him. I mean, he does really have good numbers,
right?
Especially with when you have a better team around him. But I don't know, man. I mean, it seems like I guess he did do well with Tannehill, so I could see him maybe coaching up Jones or maybe even Zappy if they do stick around with him, dude.
With their high draft pick, I mean, they're gonna. I think the third overall pick, they're gonna draft.
Oh, they're third. Are they third?
Yeah.
Okay, so they definitely
Washington second, and Chicago's one.
Oh, interesting. I would be surprised if maybe they'll get Pete Carroll.
Which, speaking of which, that came out yesterday. Pete Carroll, after 14 seasons as Seattle head coach, no longer for the 2024 season, 10 playoff appearances in 14 seasons, but he is done. He wanted to keep his job, but I guess they said the decision was made after thoughtful meetings and careful consideration for the best interest of the franchise. I guess Pete Carroll got a little choked up during the press conference, and he said that he competed pretty hard to remain coach, but he ultimately went along with their intentions, and was non-committal on what he will do. He's under contract, I believe, the next 2 years. They're saying that he could stay on in an advisory role, but I just feel like Pete Carroll wants to coach, and I think he'll have a ton of opportunities here. I know he's older, obviously, in his 70s, but I think there's a couple teams that he would make a lot of sense for. I don't think New England's one, and I know he was there before, and it would be kind of like a riding of the ship, but I think you bring in Pete Carroll, if you feel like he's the missing link to you taking the next step. And the Patriots, I think, are a few years away from that. And I was thinking about this before. Corey mentioned it in the group chat earlier. But how about the Atlanta Falcons, Tony? They obviously they are a quarterback away. Lots of young talent. Arthur Blank, desperate to win, desperate to get back to the Super Bowl. I could see that being a match made in heaven.
You think that they're a Pete Carroll away from going, though?
Yeah, because I think they'll get the right quarterback. He'll install his system, the defense,
what pick do they have?
Running game. They have the 8th pick, remember, 3 years in a row. Got Bijan and Kyle Pitts. So there's a quarterback at play there, but you could also move up potentially in the draft to select a quarterback.
They probably would want to, right? Because you would imagine that the quarterback should go.
Or because we saw Pete Carroll, make a pretty good situation. You thought you were screwed. You traded away Russell Wilson. Geno Smith leads you to the playoffs, over 500 record last year as a starter. Justin Fields with Pete Carroll.
Yeah, that would be sick.
Those are just
Chicago has the first pick, second pick,
first pick. And I think they will ultimately select Caleb Williams. Obviously, we got a little time till the draft here.
That's so tough, though, because it's like, obviously, if there's not that quarterback in the draft, like they're probably gonna keep Fields, right? Like they're kind
Yeah,
of
but how many
forcing their
ti-
own hand to take Williams because of the opportunity, basically, right?
Right. But most times, I mean, we had the Kenny Pickett year a couple years ago, and we saw how that worked out, where
Yeah.
you're really, bare bones in the draft for quarterback, but
Yeah, yeah.
obviously not the case this year.
Mhm.
At least to some experts. I'm not like, enthralled with all these guys. But yeah, I mean, I think it's just their thought is, you think about Justin Fields, he came in the same
Mhm.
year as Zach Wilson. So this is going to be his 4th season. Contract coming up, you're still not sold 100%. So I think it's tough for them to pass up the number 1 overall selection and then, not know, okay, well, are we giving him this big extension? Like,
Right.
what are we doing? They also announced yesterday, the Bears, that Eberflus would be coming back next year. Something we expected after the strong finish to last season. And it's interesting too, and I had mentioned this before, how DJ Moore had said, Justin Fields is him. I want him back. And he's obviously, arguably their best player. Do you think that, comes into consideration at all here? Or do you think it's like they're just looking at it as could be a transcendent talent, rookie, reset the contract as a rookie and get something for Justin Fields while he has decent value?
Yeah, no, I think that.
Yeah.
Victim of the opportunity here, of the circumstances. They see the opportunity. They have to take it. And they will get good return for Fields, right?
I think it's like a 2nd, 3rd round, but all the draft
still,
picks you
dude,
have,
like,
you
that's
have 2
sick.
first-round picks this year.
Yeah. And like that for nothing, you're gonna still have Caleb Williams at that point.
But any concern, the crying, the nail polish? I mean, any concern there?
I mean, yeah, of course there's a concern. That transition from college to NFL like isn't anything that's easy to do, certainly. I mean, you see it every year with quarterbacks that come in at high draft picks and they just are not that great at all. And then maybe some of them get better, some of them don't get better at all, and they have to lead the league. So like it's tough. I feel like the CJ Stroud scenario, I feel like it's a little rare that we find that, dude.
Like just ready to go.
300 yards all fucking year.
2nd quarterback taken.
Like, like it's kind of crazy. I'm just saying in general, high
draft pick, having instant success.
Yeah, it's really tough. But again, I mean, I think it's like Chicago would be dumb not to take that,
Yeah. I guess he has had some concern with turnovers. So I'm sure that's something they'll want to button up. And they did fire their offensive coordinator as well. So I'm sure they're going to look to bring in a guru.
I kind of think we need to be bold.
And thinking about these coaching vacancies, the Seahawks, of course, with the coaching vacancy here. They're talking about being interested in Dan Quinn, who was their defensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl. Obviously, he served as the Atlanta coach that collapsed in the Super Bowl, and has had a lot of success with Dallas. But it would be hard for me, as an organization. I know, Pete, you could argue whether that was him or Darrell Bevell in the Super Bowl throwing the ball, losing that second one to the Patriots, but that you could go from Pete Carroll, who's, arguably one of the best coaches in the league, and then go to Dan Quinn, who blew it in the Super Bowl like that. Like, I don't know. I guess just because there's the familiarity there, but also too, like there's some uncertainty at the quarterback position. Are you going to stay with Geno? And then it's like, you're going to bring in a defensive coach. I don't know if that's the right move. I feel like Dan Quinn has shown he excels when he just focuses on defense. I mean, that Cowboys defense is really good, but it's different when you have to manage and act as a CEO as well as a head coach.
So if you're Seattle, you like
offense,
right? But would you have stuck with Carroll?
Yeah,
right.
I don't. What
do you think happened there?
The only thing I'm thinking is thinking ahead. So they probably have a coach in mind already, and maybe that is Dan Quinn because you're thinking, he's going to get hired soon. Also there's the potential Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator for the Lions. That's somebody who's been talked about, so he could certainly be a candidate. So it'll be interesting to see, but I guess that would be my best educated guess, that they have somebody in mind, figured Carroll was going to be done coaching soon and wanted to make sure they got the best candidate possible. And if you look at Quinn's track record,
he's from Orange, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Oh man, his birthday September 11th. That's not good.
So let's see. You look at the years in Atlanta. Okay, wait, what? Where's like the win-loss record? The up, down?
Win-loss percentage, yeah, right?
Oh, right there. Okay.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oh, team ranks. I see.
So, I mean, 43 and 42 fired after that 0-5 start in 2020.
Yeah, that's tough, dude.
Yeah.
Ah.
So it'll be interesting to see. And like I said, I would love if the Jets would get Pete Carroll, but I know they're too stupid, Tony, to make a move like that.
Dude. Do you think somewhere like Rodgers is like even thinking about that? No? Like
Nope.
I even think, oh man, what if like maybe like what if we did bring in Pete Carroll? Like, that would be sick. Because like you said, like the Jets seem to be like one of those teams that are a Pete Carroll away from winning because you have Rodgers. Like it's going to be a quick turnaround. He's 71. He's not probably going to be around for a while.
All of his
Rodgers isn't going to be around for a while either. Like that's kind of what you need, dude.
Oh my God, I know, but I just know not going to do it.
Oh.
Speaking of Rodgers, you see the news? He's off the McAfee show.
Wait, what?
Pat saying it's his decision. Yep. Said it just wants to get back to sports. Too much of a distraction.
I mean, honestly, good for Pat.
Yeah. But you believe him though that it was his decision?
Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
As opposed to like the network?
Yeah, being like, listen, like you got to get this guy out of here.
Jimmy
Kimmel employed by ABC.
Yeah, but that's nonsense. I don't know, dude, because I mean at the end of the day, it's still Aaron Rodgers,
right?
You know, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess so, because again, I guess like Pat and Aaron are friends, right? So I'm sure off camera, it's not like this like the first time it's been brought up, you know?
Yeah, but it is kind of interesting.
So,
I mean, McAfee must have some pull at ESPN because you saw the thing about how he like called out the ESPN executive, the guy, he's been there for like 30 years or something.
No.
And he called, I forgot what his name is, but called him up by name and said that he is purposely trying to sabotage his show.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that. But again, like McAfee has pull, yeah, because he brings a lot of eyes, you know, like linear television is not doing too well right now.
Right.
You know, like they don't, you know, people don't respond anymore to suits and studios.
Well, I feel like they don't respond more to like getting so away from sports. And I feel like that's what ESPN has done with their programming, other than, of course, the actual broadcast.
Right.
And that's the issue.
Mm-hmm. But I can see if Pat did really was like, hey, like, I don't want to be talking about this. But again, you would think that
he would almost like it that people are talking about it.
He would definitely like the publicity. And then at the end of the day, he probably wouldn't tell Aaron to come back. He'd be like, yo, Aaron, like, can we just not be talking about like,
you know? It's so annoying that
so it definitely is ESPN, I guess.
Rodgers has to be such a chief.
I mean, it is kind of annoying. Like, what are we doing at the end of the day?
Like, he really does, like, we talk risen Messiah. He really does think he's the risen Messiah.
Like, you play football, buddy.
You know, so it's just, I don't know. It's just a
risen
constant
Messiah, dude.
It's a constant circus. But you know, this is a big year coming up.
I didn't hear that though. That's pretty crazy.
And did you also see yesterday, like there's a ton of back and forth between Stephen A. Smith and Jason Whitlock.
No.
Stephen A. called him a bitch and a fat piece of shit.
What the fuck?
And I didn't even, because I don't know. I just don't have the energy to. I mean, maybe look up the video. I haven't watched it. I guess I would be kind of interested to see what he actually said. Just Stephen A. said it. So Stephen A., Jason Whitlock. I am kind of curious, like what he actually.
Well, I mean, here's the story, I guess. Let me just go to Twitter, I guess, dude. Twitter would know me. He said it on air. That's what it's
on
from.
The Stephen A. Smith show. Robert Saleh is trending, which is interesting. Pete Carroll, Tony.
Let's go to media. Let's see some videos here.
I think it's on his actual page, but I think this. Okay, just go to that one.
This one, the 337.
See what we got here.
Ever known.
Okay.
I don't know of another human being worse than Jason Whitlock. He is a piece of shit. He's the dude that's gonna have a funeral and ain't gonna be no pallbearers.
What the fuck?
Might be 2 people to show up. He's that dude. He is the absolute worst. And he lies. and he incriminates, and he tries to set people up.
Oh my
to fail,
gosh.
to big up himself because he can't do it on his own. He had a television show. He failed. He's had opportunities one time after another. He doesn't measure up. And now he's coming at the big dog. And let me tell you something right now. I am the big dog. I ain't the only one. I ain't the only one. There's plenty. Skip Bayless, apologies to him too for bringing up Jason Whitlock's name in the same sentence as him. But we all know what time it is.
What?
Everyone knows. All the executives at all the networks, they know what a piece of shit he is. And they begged me not to do this.
Oh my God.
Even my pastor, A.R. Bernard, said,
oh gosh,
I'm not happy about it. But every now and then we got to do what we got to do. I promise you, and last to my sister Carmen, I won't do this again. I promise you.
Oh, dude.
So I'm sure.
Wait, let me do some research here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jason Whitlock is all of those things, but the thing that just I can't stand with Stephen A is like that quiet voice. Like it's like such a big deal that he's talking. I didn't like the way that he threw out the first pitch at Yankee Stadium last year.
Bad.
And everyone was booing him, and he's acting like he's some big celebrity. Whitlock called out Smith's book, Straight Shooter, saying Smith wrote lies and exaggerations, including about his basketball career, and going as far to call ESPN personality Stephen A. myth.
That's funny. Oh.
Yeah, that's basically what we just saw.
So that's it, dude. And he's saying that he said behind the scenes. He said that he eviscerated Whitlock behind the scenes, who had 2 stints at ESPN and now works for Blaze Media. And he said that he's someone who burns bridges everywhere he goes.
Yeah. And it's crazy too. I mean, I just he was always that guy. He would fill in for on PTI. And it's just crazy. Like, he seemed like whatever. He's a normal guy, and he just, I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, dude. That is crazy.
Wait, just see what that is?
This video?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You also have another video playing in the corner.
Empty, dude. Oh wait. Oh, I see what's going on here. Never mind. This is like a 2-hour episode of Happy Tuesday.
He looks a lot older now.
He looks tall.
For itself.
Got a bender.
Yeah.
I will advise you. Call your friends. If you know someone in the NBA, if you know someone in the sports world
episode
who's ever had a problem with Stephen A. Smith, if you care about truth, just let people know that it's fine. You can hate me. It's fine. But just ignore your hate for me for this moment. Ignore your love, your worship of Deion Sanders for this moment. And ask them to come in and just say, just hear Whitlock out. He's going to unpack some truths that will hopefully help you understand the world and what's going on in the world on a larger, grander, more nuanced level.
If I had,
and that when this show is over,
I think what it is there's a common median. I think they're both Chiefs. So I don't know, like hard to really side either way. Obviously, I mean, we don't know for sure, and obviously we know that Stephen A is a complete sheep. And I haven't done this in a while, Tony. Forgot even where the plug is.
Oh no.
We did have a comment.
Yeah, of course. Go, dude.
Hey, what did he say?
Does Vrabel stay in Tennessee or go to the Falcons?
Yeah, so I would say, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking more New England, but Mayo is possible there.
Yeah.
I know Robert Kraft likes him. But I think Falcons with Carroll. I like that that idea, and I think Arthur's getting a little impatient there.
Yeah, I think so too.
So be interesting, and then obviously, only other football news yesterday: Nick Saban retiring.
Yeah, how
same
crazy is
age,
that, dude?
72 years old, and was at Alabama 17 seasons. And how about this, Tony? Had, I think it was something like 29 losses, but 44 first-round draft picks.
We got a hot take, Johnny, calling
on the
in.
line.
Yeah, you want to take it right now?
Go ahead.
All right, hot take, stand by. We have hot take, Johnny on the line. Oh, wait. Now. Johnny, what's up, dude?
Here's
Good
Johnny.
morning, gentlemen. How we doing?
Good morning, dude.
Good morning.
How are you?
How you doing, man?
Happy to hear from you, dude.
Good. Out for a nice walk on this beautiful morning.
Oh, it is
There
a
we
beautiful
go.
morning.
There we go.
Yes. So I watched that entire Stephen A. Smith show last night at work, and I don't know much of Jason Whitlock. Of course, we've all seen him before. I've seen some of his Twitter stuff, which he doesn't seem like a great guy. Stephen A. Smith did bring some receipts about what he said, and he really eviscerated him. But the thing, I was like, okay, seems like Stephen A. Smith is being more honest here, but you never know. And then if you look through Twitter, a lot of the people that Stephen A. Smith referenced, he said, okay, like Jamil Hill won't deal with Whitlock anymore. She came out in support and talked about it this morning. So did a number of other people that Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Okay. Correct. Yeah, it seems like Whitlock has burned a ton of bridges because he's just total piece of garbage by the looks of it. So yeah, I watched the whole thing, so I figure kind of maybe if you want to give you a little summary, but essentially it seems like for 10 years Whitlock's been going after Stephen A. Smith, and doesn't look like Stephen A. Smith has ever responded to any of it, and he just had kind of had enough of it, and just took an entire show to completely eviscerate the guy. And apparently he is, according to other people in the industry, a pretty bad dude.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That was kind of the gist of it. He stabbed guys in the back and just been like impossible to deal with, and burned bridges everywhere he's gone.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because like we were just kind of talking about this, but I feel like it's one of those things, like the lesser of two evils. Like obviously Stephen A. gets a little too crazy. I thinks he's a bigger personality than he is. But like you're saying, it does appear that Whitlock is really the culprit here.
Yeah, I mean, I look at in all of sports. In order to get near the top of an industry, like sports talk, which is a huge industry, and even just sports itself, like the Michael Jordans and Tom Brady, you have to have a bit of an ego, and I kind of understand that with Stephen A. Smith and the Michael Jordans and whatnot, because you have to have that full confidence in yourself that you're gonna be near the top. So I kind of push that to the side with a lot of these guys. But yeah, it does seem like, besides the ego part of Stephen A. Smith, he doesn't do the things that Whitlock has seemed to have done. So, it was, I watched it just because I was bored at work, and boy, did he go in on him.
Yeah, it seemed like it.
It's funny to see that type of thing. But boy, I haven't seen Whitlock in a while. Looks like he's aged 20 years.
Yeah, man, he doesn't look. Yeah, it does not look good. I guess he's on Blaze, which I'd never heard of before.
The hell is Blaze Media?
I mean, I guess when you're when you're such a bad guy that no one likes you, I guess you end up where no one knows where you are. So
Blaze
I guess
Media.
it kind of speaks to it too. If you're a good person and you're huge into sports and you're knowledgeable, you can land somewhere people are going to know you. I would think, if he's been on ESPN and stuff. So, but if you're a bad guy, so.
And
I mean, reputation's everything, right? And how you treat people.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. And obviously, knowing that you're a big Giants fan here, I was just kind of curious. Obviously the last couple of days, Wink, let it known he's not going to be back. Kafka could potentially leave as well. You got what is it, the 6th overall pick in the draft?
Mm-hmm.
What are you expecting to see offseason wise for the Giants?
Well, I hope they really shore up the offensive line. That's for sure. It's kind of like for me, it's to use that. Do you go up and get a quarterback if you can move up to get one, because Jones, you can argue his talent. You want to say he's not a winner. Okay, we can have that argument or not, but his history of injuries is just, you can't get past that. So beyond next year, you can't have him as your quarterback. He's under contract one more year, okay. But so do you go with quarterback and then or do you draft an offensive lineman? It's really, I guess, depends on how the draft falls and whether you want to move up. So as far as that goes, those are the two biggest concerns. Receivers are concerned too, but to me, you can find enough of that. Wide receivers, you can get that second, third round. That where it'll upgrade the wide receiver position. And besides that, defense coordinator, we'll see. I'd love to see Antonio Pierce if he doesn't stick around with the Raiders. I think he's a leader of men. I would imagine he obviously knows defense. I would think being middle linebacker, and he was a good one. And then coordinator, we'll see if Kafka's back or not.
Yeah.
And we got rid of our offensive line coach. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
And any concern, and Rick and Dave were kind of talking about this morning, but with Dable, that he rubbed Wink the wrong way. Maybe Kafka's looking to leave. That he's not the right guy at coach. Any concern there?
And to me, it's just, none of us obviously really know what went on, but from the things I can see, Dable, one of the things, the way he wants him, and he's a head coach, that's his prerogative. Wink didn't like it, and oh well. I heard Carl Banks talk about how Parcells and Belichick would go at it, and they want to talk for a couple of days, but they got over it and, moved on, and that was it. And, hearing how Dayball and his assistants were kind of trying to go around. Wink and his assistants were trying to kind of freeze out Dayball. He's the head coach. It's his team. You don't like it, move on, but it's his team. He's the boss. I know at my job, I would never, ever try to go around the back of my boss. You cannot do that at any job anywhere. I don't care if it's football or anywhere else. The boss is your boss. You don't like him, move on, but he's the boss. So you can't try to go, freeze him out and stuff like that. I think Wink comes on. Not that Dayball's perfect. He's, we'll see how he is as a head coach. But it just seems like Wink really not the best. And you got to wonder, he also left Baltimore, and that's a pretty good situation. And it's not like he moved on for another head coaching position. And he hasn't gotten the head coaching position, and he's regarded as a good coordinator. You wonder, usually those guys do move up. You wonder if there's something to it. Maybe it's known throughout the industry that he does rub people the wrong way. And maybe it's the reason he hasn't gotten a head coaching job. Being a defense coordinator in Baltimore usually leads to that, right?
Yeah. They just, unfortunately, his last year there, they were 26th in total defense, which was very unlike the Ravens. But I do agree with you. Pierce would be great, but I kind of think the Raiders are going to keep him. And as far as the draft, I think let the draft come to you. I don't think they would ever, trade the capital that's required to move up to number 1. So at that point, is it worth trading all these first round picks to move up? I would just see who's available at 10, and I would also prioritize the wide receiver position a little more. I think they've really been lacking that the last couple of years, really getting a true number 1 wide receiver. I'll have to look through, the draft eligible receivers. Obviously, Harrison sticks out. He's not going to be there at 10, but I think they would be smart to get their wide receiver number 1 of the future if he's there. And then if not, pivot to quarterback or offensive line, just play the board at their position.
Yeah. I'm not necessarily talking about trading up to number 1, but you could, but you know what, if they're really that sold on let's say Caleb Williams, if they're that sold on him, and they think he is the answer. If he is getting the quarterback, and if he ends up being that guy, it's never a bad move to go up and get that guy if he ends up being that guy. Now, of course, if he doesn't, it turns into a failure, but they're kind of they're at the position where once they make their move at quarterback next, they either going to have to win after that, shortly after that, or not. Whenever they make that move, that's it. So if they think that's the guy and they can make the move up to get him, and they do, okay, that you're putting your chips in, on that guy, and that's it. So if they think he's him, then, you got to most of the time you have to trust your GM, to make the moves, because if not, why is he there?
Yeah, absolutely. So definitely big offseason for both New York teams, for sure. And one last thing on the way out here, do the Rangers bounce back in St. Louis tonight?
Yeah, I think they get a win. But they've been so up and down. It really, I know they really kind of changed when Kako went out. I don't know if that's really sometimes one guy doesn't make a difference. Not like he's the biggest star in the world, but I don't know. It seems like they've kind of not played so well since then. We'll see. I'm not so much focused on the Rangers now as I am the Knicks, but
yeah, Knicks have been playing well.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
And
So
any thoughts of them getting someone big at the deadline, or you think that's more of an off-season type of thing?
The Knicks?
Yeah.
It's hard to say now. I think they want to continue to roll with this team as it is. I mean, I think they've done a great job of building flexibility inside the roster as far as the who you can put on the court at once. You can go with a great defensive lineup late in games if you want, with Sims as your defensive center, and then Anunoby, and then Hart, Grimes, and McBride to get a defensive stop. Or offensively, if you just late game bucket, you can go with Randall at center. You can go Anunoby at power, and then small you can go with Grimes, and then DiVincenzo and Brunson. I mean, they have a lot of diversity in all positions now. They're playing really well. I don't know. I'd like to see how they continue before the deadline. I could see them maybe adding a sixth man like Brogdon off the bench, someone like him just to boost the bench scoring. But, I really like how the roster's playing. I know it's only 5 games, but that's all you can judge it off of, with OG now added to them. And also I think Mitchell Robinson getting hurt has actually helped the team in a way, a little bit here offensively. So I don't know. I don't think they're chomping at the bit to make a move this second. And this front office has been really good. They made a few mistakes. There's not a front office that hasn't, but from where they took it over and where it is now, and the moves they made with like Hart and OG and DiVincenzo and Brunson, they've taken a complete dumpster fire of an organization and turned them into a well-respected, good NBA team that has continued to build and get better throughout their time. So I trust this front office.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see what happens with them second half of this season, and they can finally really take that next step forward and get deeper into the playoffs. But we'll have to see. Definitely appreciate you calling in and giving us a couple minutes, and hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
You too, gentlemen.
Peace out.
Hot take, Johnny.
Also, I just saw some sad news, but I guess it is breaking news. Buddy Harrelson just passed away.
Actor, right?
No. The shortstop for the Mets.
Buddy Harrelson.
Yes.
Seems like something Dave Rothenberg would be very familiar with.
I only know him because he was part of the '69 team.
Oh, gotcha.
The World Series winning team.
So yeah, R.I.P. Obviously. How old?
Tough, dude. I think he was only like 73.
Ah, man, that's tough.
Check.
And also some other comments here. Michael Bukta back in the building. He's back, and he hopes Michael is getting started illustrating the book How the Grinch Scored Tatum. He just does not want to let Tatum go.
Yeah, he hates Tatum, dude.
Kyrie's favorite music is easily Taylor Swift. That's why he's a butthead. Listen. What are you going to do? Josh B. also says, I saw both. Whitlock has some serious issues.
That's crazy, dude.
And then Yanni says, really now? So we are fired up. A lot of stuff going on, but we know what time it is, Tony. It's time for the Hockey Frenzy. Let's go to the world of the National Hockey League.
Here he comes. McDavid shoots. Top shelf. He scores! Captain with the overtime winner. That's the middle break. That's a world-class hit right here. Tomsky stepping. Rink Washington made the full split save.
Are you kidding me?
Turn. Side of the net. Between the legs and they score. Filthy. David Pastrnak. The silver trophy to the Golden Knights.
Let's go, Brian. It's the Frenzy here, Thursday, January 11th. We're going back-to-back Hockey Frenzies for the first time probably in the history of the sports port. So let's get going here. 7 o'clock is when all of these games start. A big slate tonight. Starting off in Buffalo. I feel like we just talked about this matchup, but the Senators are taking on the Sabres in KeyBank Arena. Let's see. Ottawa is favored here. Buffalo is favored here at home, minus 130. The over-under is set at 6.5. Brian, what do you think, dude?
This is really tough. And really, this year, two shit teams here, Tony.
All right,
But,
Stephen A.
Let's see. They split the first two games. Obviously, the Senators game that was only a little under 2 weeks ago. Last 5 Senators have lost 4 in a row. Give me the Senators. I think they're due to win another one. Their last win was against Buffalo. And I think 2 poor defensive teams. You look at that's why the over/under 6.5. It adds up to about 7 goals. So give me the over and give me Ottawa, Tony.
Yeah, I agree, dude. Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, I think Sabres are due to beat the Senators. See, your Senators 4-game losing streak got swept by their own country, by the way, recently. So give me Sabres in the over as well. Moving on to our next game, still at 7 o'clock. We're at the Bell Center. Speaking of the Canadian teams, Brian, we have the Canadiens taking on your favorite team, the San Jose Sharks, dude. San Jose here on the road, plus 135. Montreal, minus 155. Your over-under set at 6.5. Brian, what do you think about today?
All right. I'm going to say, listen, I know I look basically like a fool constantly taking the Sharks. They never win. Is it 10 in a row they've lost?
It was 10.
It is 10 in a row. Okay.
Maybe still is.
Canadiens, 500 team. And yes, I know at home they did beat the Rangers. But you look at that. I mean, come on. They are due, and that is an understatement. So, got to go with the Sharks here.
Oh, my goodness.
I'll take the under because I know, they struggle to score. I'm going to say Tomas Hertl, Tony, 2 goals and an assist, 3-1. The Sharks finally picking up that 10th win of the season.
Dude, I don't know, man. I would say give me the Canadiens here. This is where you and I are going to start to differ. I say the Sharks, who are 12-game losing streak that they are on. They're going to go for the baker's dozen here, going for 13. Sam Montembeault for the Canadiens. We've talked about him killing it here. I don't care if Jake Allen is even in between the pipes for the Canadiens. I think Nick Suzuki and company will be very successful. Canadiens win 5-2. So Canadiens and the over. Next game up, still in the 7 o'clock time slot here. We have, the Oilers on the road in Detroit tonight. Detroit at plus 150. The Oilers, of course, we know about the usual suspects there. And the Oilers have been doing quite well here. The Red Wings also on a 3-game win streak. Over-under set at 6.5 here. What do you think, Brian?
All right.
Stuart Skinner.
Yeah, I got to go with Stuart Skinner. I'll let you take the Red Wings. I already know you're going to do it. But it's the Oilers. Of course, you always take the over, the offense. And I think Connor McDavid definitely due for an uptick in scoring. And could we get confirmation, though, on Daily Faceoff here?
Let's go to Daily Faceoff
Sorry
real
for
quick,
a little interruption
dude,
here.
Don't even worry about it.
Stuart, where are you? No,
Calvin Pickard.
Okay. But either way, that plays into the over narrative, 6.5. So we go over and we go Oilers and we go 5 and we go Red Wings 3. Edmonton really picking it up after an atrocious start to the season, Tony.
Absolutely, dude. So you're taking Edmonton in the over?
Yep.
All right, give me Detroit in the over. I would say that Detroit just swept California, now obviously working their way through Canada. But I just think, their goaltender Husso out, terrible year so far. Started off hot but bad. Now Lyon back in there. Give me the young buck here, beating out the Oilers. I say the Red Wings win this one. So give me Red Wings in the under. They win 3-1. Yeah, they're down. Red Wings in the under.
Oh, you switched it. You said over, and then now you just said under.
Now I'm saying under, dude. All right, next up here, we have the Tampa Bay Lightning, dude, at home taking on the Devils. Tampa Bay at home at minus 150. The Devils looking pretty hot. Got their Nico Hischier back. Obviously, Nico Dawes, goaltending still up in the air, but the over-under still set at 6.5 over there in Tampa, Florida. What do you think, Brian?
All right. This is a tough one. You look recent history here. Both teams have won 3 out of the last 5 games. Devils with a solid road record. Tampa Bay historically strong at home, and they are again this year. So I guess just for that reason alone, Tony, give me Kucherov, give me Vasilevsky. Updated stats for Vasilevsky. Is he getting better?
2.95 goals against.
But I think he will.
Yeah.
So yeah, give me the Lightning. I think they're getting better every day of the week. And finally, a Vasilevsky vintage performance, the shutout, 3-0 Tampa in the under.
Really? All right. I say I agree with the Devils on the schneid here. Jack Hughes and Andrei Palat obviously both out still. And Thomas Nosek also out. They're struggling with some injuries for sure, even though Hischier is back in. Nonetheless, goaltending also an issue there in New Jersey. So give me Tampa Bay. However, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a shootout here with so much talent. Give me Tampa and the over. Lightning win 5-3. Oh, sorry, I gotta go to the next game. Almost forgot about the next game. Sorry, dude, come on, dude. All right, here we go. Let's go. Next up. Oh, let's go. We're in Florida again, dude. Florida is having quite the hockey night as the Kings are taking on the Panthers. Of course, Florida here at home, -140 are the favorites. Over-under set at 6.5. The Kings on a crazy schneid, losing 5 out of the last 5 games. Of course, the Panthers on the exact other opposite end of that, winning 5 of their last 5. Brian, what do you think here?
All right.
Sam Reinhart.
Yeah. Sam Reinhart. But I got to look at this objectively. Kings are due to win again.
Right.
5 in a row. Strong on the road this season. So I think they get back to their winning ways. Adrian Kemp and Cam Talbot, the stars in this one. We're going to say under. And we're going to say the Kings 3-2 with the upset on the road.
I can't believe you're taking the Kings. I think that's kind of a mistake there, Brian, because I'm going to go with the Panthers. I mean, I know I've been hot on the Kings all season, but they are struggling with their bottom 6. And obviously, they're just struggling to win games. Can't close out either. Shootout losses, overtime losses, getting shut out by the Maple Leafs. And, of course, the Panthers, as I said earlier this week, are surprising me in terms of where they are at in the standings. Did you say the over or the under, by the way?
I did take the under.
Panthers in the over. Let's go, dude.
Wow.
Next up here, we're going to be in beautiful Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, as the Penguins are hosting your Vancouver Canucks, another team that's absolutely red hot. They're going to be going up against these veteran players over there in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh, of course, favored at -125, and the over-under set at 6.5. Brian.
I think to simplify things here, Tony, regression to the mean. We saw Pittsburgh, poor start. Are they going to miss the playoffs again? What's going on? Canucks, top of the league, points. Where did that come from? A year after trading away Bo Horvat. And I think the Penguins will continue their ascent. I don't want to hear about Thatcher Demko, dude. So give me the Penguins here. Give me the under. Give me a guy we haven't heard from much this year, Erik Karlsson, Tony. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4-2 Pittsburgh. Under.
Thatcher Demko, dude, here for the Canucks. Absolutely crazy season for him. 3 shutouts on the season, tied for first, by the way, I believe, in the league with that. 2.58 goals against on average, a .916 save percentage. He's been absolutely on fire. A huge reason why the Canucks have been successful. Not to mention, people like JT Miller leading the team in points, 55. Quinn Hughes with a plus 32 out on the ice, leading the league in plus minus. You know who's not? Erik Karlsson. He's going to be -4 on the ice tonight, dude, as the Canucks win this game 4-2.
Under.
That's oh wow, it is Vancouver in the other. All right, yeah, Vancouver in the other.
Tony's going somewhere.
Next freaking game, dude. Here we go.
Traveling to Squirt.
Washington, dude. We're at Capital One, a beautiful Capital One arena, Washington D.C. as they on the Kraken. This is a very interesting game here. I feel like the Kraken, obviously take this for face value. You may think, Kraken could be the Caps. Caps too old. But I don't know, dude. Brian, what are you
going to play?
Ovechkin is day-to-day. I would imagine he's going to play.
Go to the player page.
Let's go to the player page. This is huge,
all those
dude.
Names seem so familiar after that loss in NHL day-to-day. Go down. Is in doubt. Okay, so I'm going to assume,
he didn't practice yesterday.
For a reason. So I'm going to say he's out. So I'm going to say the Capitals lose and the Kraken win. And the Kraken have done a good job after an underwhelming start to this season. How many in a row have they won?
Kraken,
5+?
at least 5. Let's go. If it's exact.
I
Oh,
hate
no, dude.
6, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Oh, my
7,
God.
dude.
Make it 8. Make it 8, Tony. Crazy 8s tonight in Washington.
That's right. We're in Washington.
All right. So we're going to go with Seattle here. We're going to say 4-1. So Seattle and the under.
I got to go with Seattle too, I guess, dude. Joey Decord, that goaltender that came in to kind of help the Kraken, absolutely has been doing really well this season. So I would think they can easily shut out the Caps. Kraken win 2-0. Kraken under. Right? Does that sound good? Kraken under?
Yeah.
Over is at 5.5 to a low one. I think we always see 6.5. But moving on to the next game here, we have the Anaheim Ducks over there in Carolina, PNC Arena, taking on the Hurricanes. Carolina, obviously, in this game are going to be heavily favored. They are at -350. Over-under is at 6.5, which I think will be absolutely ousted. The Ducks have won 1 of their last 5 games, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the 350, it's chalk, it's this, it's that, but it's 8-2 Carolina. I mean, I don't know what else to say. The Ducks suck, and Troy Terry needs to get out of Dodge.
Yeah, I think I agree with the Hurricanes. I think there's some more defense being played here. Hurricanes win this one maybe 3-2. So give me the under in the Canes.
All right.
Sounds good, Brian. Moving on here. Next game after Carolina, we're going to be back in New York. That's right. Sticking on the East Coast for a lot of these games. Toronto. They're going to be in Brian's favorite stadium, UBS Arena.
Isn't it an arena, not a stadium?
Arena, yeah. No. I mean, aren't they all just anyway, dude? Here, the Islanders are, believe it or not, favored here at home. Actually, no, they're not. They're plus 110. They're plus 20. Toronto's at -130. Over at 6.5. Wow. Maple Leafs, road faves. What do you think, Brian?
All right. So looking at this one, Tony, it's tough because you want to think, the Islanders. I think what have they lost? Is it 2 in a row? But before that, I think they were on a decent streak. What do we have for the particulars here?
Let's see. They've
lost. Okay, 4 out of 5, and Maple Leafs have won 4 out of 5. Okay, you know what? That changes things a little bit. Any injuries to deal with? Sazika stayed dead.
All
right, you know what? This is the time the Islanders look a lot better than they've been playing this year, and they're going to take out the Maple Leafs. Sorokin. Best performance of the season, the shutout at home. Noah Dobson, Tony. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 points in this one. A goal and 3 assists as the Islanders take out the Maple Leafs 4-0. Islanders and the under.
Just want to double check, see who, where are the Islanders, dude? Where are we? Sorry for the delay. Oh, there it is. Sorokin confirmed. Martin Jones. There it is. That's what I was looking for, baby. Jones to Jones, dude. Let's go, dude. All right, Martin Jones here confirmed for the Maple Leafs. I think leading the league in save percentage?
Probably.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, 934 save percentage. Absolutely lights out, dude. He's a brick wall in between the pipes. He'll have no issue stopping the Islanders. Shut up, maybe not. But I think the Islanders, regardless of how much they score, the Leafs could score 7. So give me the Leafs and the over, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Next game up here, and I was a little excited for that. The Islanders, UBS, Brian. But the next game here.
3 more games.
Dude, there's four more games here. Let's go. We're going to be going to St. Louis, baby. It's the Enterprise Center, that piece of shit arena over there in St. Louis. The Blues are going to be hosting your Rangers, dude. Now, be careful. The history, the Rangers, having former Rangers score against them. There's a lot on the St. Louis Blues. You have Buchnevich. You have Kevin Hayes. Just to name a few here. And obviously, it looks like here the Rangers, Mika Zibanejad. Wow, Zibanejad's day-to-day. Trouba also day-to-day here. He's dealing with an illness, but expected to travel, leaving the door open and potentially playing tonight against the Blues. And, of course, Trouba, I would imagine, would still be out. He's kind of banged up. not in attendance for Tuesday's practice. The last news was 2 days ago. Not good here. But nonetheless, a hurt, bogged down Rangers not playing too well are due to bounce back, Brian, right? I mean, they are favored here on the road, -155, over under set 6.5. Brian, what do you think?
All right. So listen, all I have to say is the New York Rangers better win this hockey game. They better win this hockey game, or tomorrow, which usually, it's a happy day. It's Football Friday, the frenzy, all of that. But I haven't liked the way that they've played recently. Losers of 3 out of 4. So I want to see intensity. I want to see goal scoring early. Jordan Binnington, Tony, sucks. So I want to see an Igor 38-39 and a Ranger 5-1 victory here. Let's go. Enough of the nonsense. I know you have peaks and valleys in every season, but there's no reason that you should lose to St. Louis.
Absolutely agree here. So what did you say? Rangers in the over?
Rangers in the under.
Rangers and the under. I'm going to go Rangers and the over, to be honest. I think this
No
is going to be.
confidence in Igor?
No, I have confidence in Igor. I have confidence in the Rangers scoring, dude. And I think that, Igor is bound to have a goal or two, but I think the Rangers are just going to be an absolutely scoring bonanza, dude. It could get ugly quick, dude. An absolutely offensive explosion here for the Rangers. I don't care if Benedict's out. It's going to give other players other opportunity to score. We're going to have Jimmy Vesey. We're going to have help from Adam Fox, help from Keandre Miller, obviously Artemi Panarin here, Chris Kreider. There's so much talent, and the Blues suck, dude. I mean, I know they're kind of like, you a better record than you would think. Jordan Binnington sucks, though. He may even get pulled here halfway through the second period. But give me the Rangers winning this game 6-2, dude. That's right, Brian. 6-2. Moving on. 3 games left. Let's go Blackhawks. Bedard out. We know. Jets. Surprisingly great team here. Jets are at -425 at home in Winnipeg. Over-under is at a 5.5. That's surprising. What do you think here? They're asking you, begging you to take the over.
5-0 Winnipeg. Done. I mean, it's, Chicago. I would probably take Chicago if Bedard wasn't injured, but no way I'm taking them on the road to Winnipeg. And I know I'm not enthralled with Winnipeg. And yes, they've won a lot in a row, due for a loss, but not tonight. Not tonight. I think this one isn't even close.
Yeah, no,
under.
I would say, give me Jets in the over. Why not?
You're pretty high on the over. It's probably 65-70%.
Honestly, Jets and the over. I mean, I don't know. I can see it 6-2 for Jets and the over, baby. Let's go. At Lumen, but not right now. We're going to be in Mullet Arena in Tempe, Arizona, as the Coyotes take on the Flames, dude. Abysmal game here, and abysmal matchup.
Can we get an Ingram or Vejmelka spot, Tony? Could we check that out?
Possibly, dude.
Total.
6.5 total. Obviously, Arizona
Calgary
here.
Short favorites, which is
plus
absolute.
105.
Why are they favorites? I have no
idea because their home record isn't terrible, dude. Let's see. Blackhawks injury. Oh, sorry, not Blackhawks. Flames, Coyotes. Jason Zucker suspended, but that's nothing, dude.
This doesn't make any sense. I don't know. Whatever, but I'm going with Arizona.
Fine.
Going with Connor Ingram, Tony, having an outstanding performance. 6.5 is a high total for a Coyotes game. They usually play good defense, so I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the Coyotes, and I'm going to say 3-2.
Love it, dude. I'm going to say give me the Flames, though. Obviously, they're a little bit of a tight dog here, but still a dog nonetheless. Over at 6.5, I would say that's kind of rich, even for my taste. Calgary wins this one 3-1. Keller, the only goal for the Coyotes. Doesn't really matter, though. Because like I said, Calgary and the under, baby. Let's go. Final game of the night. We're here prime time, 10 p.m., baby, on the West Coast, kind of, sort of. We're in Las Vegas, Nevada, as the Golden Knights take on the Boston Bruins. This is definitely your matchup of the night over there at T-Mobile Arena. Boston here on the road, -135. Vegas, +115. The over-under set at 6.5. And, of course, we got these two teams who have struggled as of late. For these two, Bruins winning 2 out of the last 5. The Knights winning 3 of the last 5. Both falling to Colorado as of recently. And the Bruins, that ugly overtime loss against your team, the Coyotes. What do you think here?
Yeah, this is tough. I mean, you think about, I don't know, a month, 6 weeks ago, you would say, wow, this could be a finals preview. Don't like the trajectory of either team recently, both only winning 2 out of the last 5 games. But for whatever the reason may be, Tony, and I know you would think, oh, go with the home team here if you don't know what to do, but I just feel like the Bruins are better, and I think they're due to start playing better. So I think they win this one. I think it goes under. We're going to say 3-1 Bruins.
Wow, I do agree on the under, Brian, but I will say that it's the Golden Knights who come out victoriously here. Aiden Hill, what a phenomenal story he is. Third-string goaltender last year, came in for the Cup playoffs and won it with the Knights. Tremendous story for him, and continuing his success this season. 10-2-2 with 2 shutouts, 1.93 goals against, 933 save percentage. And I actually didn't even look. I'm assuming he's starting, even if it's Logan Thompson. Aiden Hill on the docket, unconfirmed yet, though. And because of that, I would say the Golden Knights are victorious because the Bruins can't score. So maybe a 3-1 or a 2-1 victory. Golden Knights here, tight under Golden Knights.
All right,
have it, dude.
That is a hockey frenzy.
Good God.
The day before a football frenzy.
Yes, dude.
So a lot of action tonight.
So much action tonight.
Any
dude.
nervousness with the Rangers? You speak about a couple injuries, the this, the that. Jay will be tuning in from across the pond next time there's sports report.
Yeah,
he's flying today.
I thought it was the 12th. He told me it was the 12th.
Would go.
Let's see. Jay says, "Love you, sports report. Next time,
next time
I'll be on assignment across the pond. So maybe he leaves tomorrow morning. And he's not. He's saying he's not
in the air.
Yeah,
wow. And I believe is that an 8-9 hour flight? I think
must be 8 hours. Or something,
it's
right?
between 8 and 9. Yeah. Cabo's over 6 on the way there.
Wow,
it's a big one.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
But
I think Ireland was 9.
Yeah,
coming home from Switzerland was 11, I believe.
It's a long time. Better be comfy, bud. You know.
I don't think Jay has any issue flying.
No. I wasn't talking about that. I was like you're saying 11 hours. Like I'm saying that's a long flight. Yeah. Like you want to be comfortable in your seat.
Definitely. I remember that day. That day I think I watched like 3 movies.
Yeah.
Around the 7-hour mark, I was like,
get me the hell out of here.
Getting a little antsy. I wouldn't say get me out of here yet, but it was a little bit like,
all right, let's go.
Come on, dude. Yeah. But it's nice because you're in those big planes too.
Right.
So it's like, it's kind of cool. It is kind of crazy when it's like 3 rows in the middle and then 2 rows of 2 on each side.
A row of 2 I've never been on that type of plane.
Oh, really?
I'm always at least 3x3 and that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was 2, 3, and 2.
Some of them I've seen, I don't know if that's more older, but like where it's like you have 6 across or something, like kind of weird.
6,
something crazy like that. I don't know if that's more older planes or something.
That
I don't know.
Or
terrible,
what they used to
dude. Yeah, it does.
I've been on 2 and 2 right next to each other, and that's fucking shaky,
like,
dude. Yeah. Then like the landing, get a
little. Yeah, dude.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah, but what I was saying though, no concern tonight. Blues.
Oh yeah, of course there is, dude. The injury, Mika potentially not playing. Trouba probably not playing. Those are 2 huge losses. Trouba's a big, he's a big body on the ice. And I mean the Blues, listen, I've talked about the Blues this season too. They're really not like they have talent on the team. We know of their talent. I can go down, see some of their top leaders in terms of stats, but still like they have the ability to score. They have the ability to play defense. And again, Jordan Binnington, yes, he does suck. But, you see it sometimes where he just has a good game. It happens all the time. Robert Thomas, 41 points in the season. Pavel Buchnevich about him. Jordan Kyrou, incredibly quick. Torrey Krug, obviously the veteran defenseman coming from Boston there. Justin Falk has been around the league for a while. I believe he's injured, though. Braden Shen.
Mr. Shen.
Brandon Saad. Colton Parayko. He's a great defender, too. Like, Sammy Blaze, also another former Ranger, dude.
Yeah.
Marco Scandella. I believe this is the Canadian defenseman. Ironically enough, with a name like Scandella. They got from
Montreal.
Quebec.
Yeah.
Veteran player, dude. So they could fucking like if the Rangers come out and they play like they did against Montreal and they fucking blow it, they play like they have been playing. They need things to have been fixed. However, I will say reports from practice, obviously I've been trying to keep up with. It seems like Laviolette has been skating them really hard.
So you're
like
thinking
he's holding them accountable, dude.
They might blow him out tonight.
Honestly, they're gonna be fucking tight, dude.
Yeah. What was the number?
For what?
The money line?
Let's see. Oh no.
You could just click on the Rangers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay.
Minus
155.
-155.
I mean, that's about what you would expect. You think Blues make the playoffs or no?
Let's look at the standings right now. I honestly, right now, just thinking about it, I would
right
say
now.
yes. Oh my goodness. Let's see, dude. Here we go. Let's go to the West Side. The Blues
Are out at the moment.
are out of the moment, right? But I mean, again, look who's ahead of
They're
them.
a couple points back.
Couple points back, dude. They need literally, like, if they have 3 points, they have 45 points. They're in it with the Predators right there. And again, like,
point difference.
and let's be careful here. The Kings are on a little bit of a schneid right now. The Predators are a toss-up. Oilers are a toss-up. And the Kraken Coyotes, you'd expect them if they, if the Blues play well, they could jump them.
Yeah.
For sure, dude.
So, yeah, we'll have to see. But definitely an exciting night. NHL.
A lot of win streaks.
Yeah, there are. And also, I can't wait to watch the golf Sony Open starting in about an hour. So I'll be tuned in ESPN Plus all day and then see the nightcap on Golf Channel, Tony.
We'll have to see it, dude.
But yeah, here we go again. Another great show. Anything else you wanted to mention in closing, Tony?
I don't think so, dude.
Other than Go Rangers?
Other than Go Rangers, yeah, I'm just trying to get any news in regards to them. No, it was pretty good, dude.
All right. Day one leader at the Sony.
Day one leader. Who's your pick? I forget.
Thagala.
You give me Thagala.
Copying me. I mean, I was
implosion.
You know that's what I meant.
Implosion this weekend, though.
No implosion.
Sahith, yes.
Wire to wire. So yeah, we're jacked up. Can't wait to talk about that tomorrow. Josh Peace's great show as always. Picks tomorrow, the playoff pick segment. We're taking them down.
Dude, we gotta fucking buckle down here, Brian.
I know, no nonsense. We did great last week, though.
Yeah, we did.
Just
momentum, keep it going, dude.
Get
yes,
cute with certain things.
Yes, dude.
And then he says, "Let's go, let's go." Here we go.
Okay, gotta go.
But once again,
Yes, Tony. Yes.
would like to thank everybody for tuning in, continuing to comment, like, and subscribe. All of the archives on the YouTube page, Tony, Michael, Renee, and Jay in costume merch at downtimetv.com. While everybody enjoy the day, enjoy the games, enjoy the golf.
Let's go Rangers!
Let's go Rangers! And we will see you mañana.
Hey guys, Tony here from Downtime TV checking in. I want to thank all our fans out there who's been liking, subscribing, sharing our content. You guys are the best. You guys are our bloodline. You make us love what we do.